Om Namo Bhagavate. Resuming from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, Text 37 onwards, Anvaya and the Tika. Vasudeva Uvacha, Shlaghaniya Gunah Shurair Bhavan Bhojayashaskarah Sakatham Bhaginim Hanyat Striyamudvah Parvani Mrityurjanmavatam Veera Dehe Nasajayate Adyavabdashatante Va Mrityurvai Praninam Dhruva देहे पंचत्वमापन्ने देहि कर्मानुगो वशः देहान्तरमनुप्राप्य प्राक्तनं यजते वपु व्रजं तिष्ठन् पदैकेन यथैवैकेन गच्छति यथा तृणजलौ कैवं देहि कर्मगतिं गतः So Vasudevah उवाच Bhavan. So Vasudeva is speaking to Kansa, trying to pacify him so that he doesn't kill Devaki. Bhavan शूरैः श्लाघनीयगुणः भोजयशस्करः उद्वाह पर्वणि सः कथं भगिनीं स्त्रियम् अन्यात्. So Vasudevji is saying to Kansa that uh, so you or your qualities are, or you are glorified by the shuras, by the brave men, and you are Bhoja Yashaskara, you bring glory to your lineage, Bhoja dynasty. So, how can a person of your caliber, of your status, Saha, can kill Hanyat? How can? Katham Hanyat? How can you kill uh, your own sister Bhaginim, who is a Stree woman, at the time of her marriage? Udvaha Parvani. Then,
What kind of a verb is hanyat? I mean, what tense of a verb is that?
this is Yat Yatam use. So, with Vidhi, this is Vidhi Varman.
Oh, okay.
Yat
Thank you.
Yatam use. Actually, Yat Yat. Yeah, Vidhi. मृत्युर जन्मवताम वीर देहे न सजात. हे वीर संबोधन. ओ brave man, Kansa. जन्मवताम मृत्यु देहे न सह jayate. That O Veera, O Kansa, for those who have taken birth, Janmavatam, their death is born along with their bodies. So death is predestined, and so at the time of birth, the moment of death is also written, is also predestined. So that's the point. Janmavatam mrityuhu dehena sahajayate. प्राणिनाम मृत्युः ध्रुवः वै. So death is certain for the living entities, for those who have taken birth. Adyava It can happen like today, Abda Shatanteva, or it can happen after Abda Shatante at the end of 100 years. Shata is 100 and Abda is year, which means death can come at any point of time. There is no surety, but the certainty is that death is certain. Mrityuhu dhruva. Then dehe panchatvam apanne. So dehe panchatvam apanne. कर्मानुगो वशः देही देहांतरम अनुप्राप्य प्राक्तनम वपुः त्यजते. So dehe panchattvam apanne. Panchattvam refers to mrityu, death, and apanna means prapte. So when the body dies or when death comes, then or more literally, dehe panchattva apanne means the body is made up of five elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. So when those five elements in the body dissolves, uh, earth with earth, fire with fire, and so on. So that's called panchatvam, mrityu. When the body decomposes or when it is burned, or yeah. So that is panchatvam apanne. So when death takes place, so the soul, dehi, who is karmanugaha, who follows uh, or whose path is that of following karma and the results of karma which he performed. So karma anugaha is following his karma, the reactions, and that's why he's he's not independent in his choice. He's dependent, paratantra. And then dehantaram anuprapya. So as per his karmas, he gets anya deha, a different body, and after getting a different body, dehantaram, he gives up tyajate, the previous body, praktanam vapu. Now this is more explained by the further examples, analogies. Vrajans tishthan padaikena yathaivaikena gachati. Yatha eva यथा एकेन पदा तिष्ठन् एकेन व्रजन् गच्छति यथा तृणजलौका एवं तृणजलौका एवं देहि कर्मगतिम गतः. So the example given is just like yatha, when a person is walking, so he with his one foot, ekena pada, if a person is walking, so how we walk is, so let's say these are the two legs and he's moving in this direction. So these are his. So with his one foot, or let's draw like this. This is one, and another is this. This is like this. Yeah. So with one foot, he is ekena pada. Uh, so with one foot, he's ekena pada vrajan. He's moving, and with one foot, ekena, he's tishtan. He's establishing. So when he places or establishes one foot of his, then he moves forward, and then he establishes the second one, and then moves the previous one. So in this way, gachati. Another example given is yatha trina jaloka eva. So just like trina jaloka means like a grasshopper or an insect, a water insect which moves on the leaves, you know. So just like, for example, if these are different, uh, let's say bushes, grass, and then there is this insect. Um, and then there is this insect. So what does this insect do is it first catch hold of the next grass, places half of its body on that grass, and then it leaves the previous grass. And in this way, it moves ahead. So in similar way, dehantaram anuprapya. Once after getting another deha as per one's karma, then one gives up the previous body. Now, getting another deha means not physically or practically, but in a subtle way, as per our karmas and the reactions of the karmas, the next body is ready, where we will go without delay. So that was the point. And these were the analogies given. So let's move to the commentary part. Okay. श्लाघनीयाः श्रीधर स्वामी विरचिता भावार्थ दीपिका श्लाघनीयाः स्तुत्याः गुणाः यस्य सः. So the word was shlaghaniya gunah. So one whose qualities are praiseworthy. So he is shlaghaniya gunah. Bhoj kulasya yashah sampadakah. So the other word in the shloka was bhoj yashaskarah. So one who brings glory or who establishes glory for the Bhoj dynasty. Striyam tatra api bhaginim tatra api udvaha parvani. So Sridhar Swami is just framing, rearranging what was said in the shloka, that Devaki was a woman. Above, on top of that, she was Kansa's sister, and on top of that, Tatrapi, it was her marriage time or marriage, yeah, the eve of her marriage. So how can Kansa kill Devaki? Nanu मरण भयात् निहन्मि इति चेत् तथापि मरणस्य अपरिहरणीयत्वात् देहान्तरस्य अवश्यं भावित्वात् तत्रापि च भोगप्रेमास्पदत्वादीनाम् अविशेषान् मरणभयेन पापाचरणम् अयुक्तम् इति अभिप्रेत्य आह. Okay. So Nanu, now this is an anticipation akshepa. Maran bhayat nihanmi iti chet. So now Vasudev ji is saying this verse 38. So Kansa might think that Nanu marana bhayat nihanmi iti chet, that I am killing because I am afraid of death. Marana bhayat nihanmi iti chet. तथापि मरणस्य अपरिहरणीयत्वात् देहान्तरस्य अवश्यं भावित्वात्. So even if he was thinking that Devaki would be the cause of his death, but still, even if he kills Devaki, but still, Maranasya अपरिहरणीयत्वात्. Death cannot be taken away, which means देहांतरस्य अवश्यं भावित्वात्. Death, changing body, is certain. Even if he kills Devaki, death death is uh, not in death is inevitable. Death will take place for sure, and he will get another body. Tatrapi cha bhog premaspad.
What is Bhavitva exactly?
I'm sorry.
What was Bhavitva exactly? Like why isn't it just Avashyat? What is the
Yeah, so this is
Bhavitva?
avashyam bhavitvat. So avashyam is certain, and bhavitvat means because of. So bhavi is like for future. So avashyam bhavi. This word is also there. Avashyam bhavi. Something which will happen for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, necessarily being. So tatra api cha tatra api cha भोग प्रेमास्पदत्वादीनाम अविशेषात् मरण भयेन पापाचरणम अयुक्तम इति अभिप्रेत्य आह. So one point is that death can't be, death is inevitable, and death will take place regardless of whether Kansa kills Devaki or not. Death will be certain, and it is certain. And then marana bhayena papacharanam ayuktam. So if therefore if Kansa kills Devaki due to the fear of his own death, so that act of killing, that sin, is ayogya. Not it's unbefit. It's not fitting, befitting Kansa. It's not appropriate. It's inappropriate. So with this mood, Vasudevji is speaking this verse beginning with Mrityu Janma Vatam Ityadi. Now this Bhoga Premaspada Twadinam Avisheshan. We'll see this, try to see this afterwards. So Dehena Saha iti Vidhatra Lalate Likhitatwaditi. So the verse said that Mrityu is destined when one takes birth. So Shridhar Swami says Vidhatra Lalate Likhitatvat. So Vidhatra means it is written on everyone's lalata. Lalata means the forehead by the Vidhata, by Brahmaji. Vidhata is called Vidhata. So it's written on everyone's forehead by the Vidhata when how long will we survive on in this particular body, the current bodies, and when we will leave this. That is the mood. Tatrapi काल विलंबार्थम हन्मी इति चेत तत्रः. So now Kansa can say, "Oh, I will kill Devki. Still, I'll kill Devki so that I can just prolong. I can just delay the death for me." Then the response is adyava iti from the verse, which means avashyam bhavini marane vilamba matraya papacharanam ayuktam iti bhava. That in in order to delay what will certainly happen, death. So to engage in sinful activities in order to delay is inappropriate. Ayuktam. That is the mood. That is the bhava. Then kincha अस्मिन् देहे गते यदि देहान्तरं न स्यात् तदा युज्येत पापेन अपि तत्पालनम्. So Kansa can further argue that asmin dehe gate, once this body is finished, once this body is finished, yadi dehantaram na sad, if I do not get another body, so in that scenario it would be fine, it would be appropriate yujyeta, that even by sinful methods I protect this current body, tat palana. Because there are many people also, they do not believe in reincarnation or a body, a life after death, and so on. So that's why, so it's reflecting that mentality actually. That even so, by papa also, by sinful acts, by wrong, unfair means, just survive, maintain oneself, who has seen. So na tu tadasti iti aha. So it's not like that. Dehe panchatvam iti. So the verse says dehe panchatvam iti. That once the deha, the body gets finished, then one gets another body, dehantaram, anuprapya. Apanne apanna praye karma vashad ayatnatah. So eva pratamam dehantaram prapya paschat praktanam vapu purvadeham tyajati iti artha. So it's explaining that one uh, ayatnatah, without any extra effort, as per one's karma and the reactions thereby, he gets another body and then he gives up his current present body. Example given is atra drishtantah. So example given in this regard is vrajan iti yatha vrajan purushah ekena agratah nihitena pada tishthan bhuvam avashtabhya deham vibhrad paschat अन्येन पूर्व प्रदेशाद उत्थाप्य पुरोनिहितेन तदा गच्छति तद्वत्. So it's explaining the same process which we discussed, that a man purushah ekena agratah nihitena padatishchan. So with one foot he moves ahead and padatishchan bhuvam, and he places it on the earth, like on the surface, and deham bibhrad, and then he rests his body on the foot which he has uh, placed, and then the previous foot, then he picks up that and then he moves, and then he uh, you know so in this way he walks. So अत्र च स्वीकार परित्यागौ न अत्यंत भिन्न विषयौ इति स्पष्टम. अत्यंत स्वीकार परित्यागो अत्यंत भिन्न विषय इति स्पष्टम. So here svikar and parityag, accepting one body and giving up another body, they are not very uh, bhinna vishaya, very like different topics or different circumstances. No, it's not like that. Svikar and parityag. For example, as we were reading, like our bodies, so that's called uh, uh, four kinds of pralayas or nirodha we studied, right? So yeah, one of the nirodha was nitya nirodha. That means that our bodies, which are annihilating or changing at every point of time. So that's basically parityag. We are giving up the previous body and we are accepting like new bodies while we are like surviving, while we are here. So there is not much difference between the act of accepting new body and the act of giving up the previous body, even when we are speaking, when we are surviving, living. So that's why na atyanta bhinna vishayau iti spashtam. Drishtant antaram aha. There is another example, analogy given. Yatha trina jalauka iti. So the water insect, सा ही यथा देह अर्धेन तृणांतरम अवष्टभ्य पूर्वम तृणम त्यजति. So just like the insect with half of his body, deha ardhena trinantaram avashtabhya, it clings onto uh, another grass, trina, and then purvam trinam tyajati. And then after he clings onto the second grass, the next grass, then he gives up the previous grass. Then he takes his body off the previous grass. So in this way, the insect moves. So evam similarly karma pathe vartamana jiva api. So in this way, the jiva, the living entity, moves on the path of action, karma, janma, mrityu, and so on. Anything here?
What was avashtabhya?
Yeah, avashtabhya, placing. So we can still see avalambya, like holding on to, clinging.
Oh, okay.
Like we say
Okay.
avalambana. Yeah, so to hang down, to hang, to catch hold of something, cling, hang to. So these are the meanings. Avashtabhya, rest upon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so if nothing else, we'll stop here for today. And yeah, those who are studying grammar, they can also go through this from a grammatical approach also. The words, the pratyas, and so on. Sandhis, ityadi. So we'll stop here. We'll continue the next Friday then. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Pranam.
Dhanwad.